Hello and welcome to Chair Yoga. Today we're going to practice lunges in the chair at first, and then we'll do some standing. So let's begin with our breath. We sit tall in the chair. Roll your shoulders down your back. Lift your ribs a little. And then come to your breath, breathing in through the nose and out through the nose as much as you can. And let each exhale release the muscles throughout your body. Soften the feet against the floor. Soften your hips in the chair. And soften your shoulders down your back. Maybe close your eyes and take a few more breaths here. Keeping the eyes closed, I want you to visualize a lunge. See yourself in a lunge. And just notice, what does that mean to you? What does it look like? And more importantly, how does it feel? Can you feel the muscles working? Even though you're not in a lunge yet, can you use your mind here, connecting it to what we will be doing by visualizing a lunge? And then we'll let that image go. And we'll float our eyes open. But keep the breath deep, even, and smooth. Let's roll the shoulders forward and start to move the body. And then let's roll them back so they come up, back, and down. On the next one, leave the shoulders down your back. Take your hands at your side. Sit just a little taller. Mountain in the chair. And on your next inhale, we'll take the palms out. Nice deep inhale here. Stretching the body upward. Exhale, take the hands out and down. On the next one, leave the arms up overhead and reach a little further with one hand and a little further with the other. Rocking now back and forth, noticing that this movement travels all the way down into the seat of the chair. And maybe you even feel a little weight shift in your feet. Just notice it. Be aware of how the body moves. And then both hands will reach up one more time, and we take the hands out on an exhale. Let's lower them back down to our side. Let's place our hands on our hips and lift one leg and circle that ankle. And circle it in the other direction. And then tap and lift. On the next lift, kick that leg out and bring it back in and down. One more of those, and then we place it down. Take that same foot, step it out to the side and hold it there. Let the foot press into the earth. Press your hands into your thighs so that your ribs lift. Just a little. And then release all that and step that foot back and in. Let's do it on the other side. We lift and we circle. And we circle in the other direction. Tap and lift. On the next lift, we take it out to the side. We press into the thighs and lift through the ribs here. keeping our shoulders over our hips and our ears over our shoulders. On an exhale, release all of that and step that foot back and in. Let's come forward a little bit in your chair and heel out, separating the knees and getting a nice stretch through both inner leg line now. Pressing the knees towards the toes, sitting tall, and then we bring it back in, toes, heels, toes, heels. Good. So let's begin with our first basic lunge. So we're going to turn and take one foot to the side of the chair and let the other leg bend and the knee go towards the earth. Keep the hips facing the direction of the side leg. And then let's bring our arms up overhead. This is our basic lunge in yoga. We lift the ribs here and we let the hips be heavy. And then exhale the hands down for a moment. Push into that leg. Draw the shoulders down your back. And just breathe. Exhale and release that. Now inch that outside leg back a little bit. It won't be perfectly straight, and that's okay. We just want to start a stretch in the front of that leg. Support yourself on the other thigh. And then inch it back a little more and lean out over that front thigh just a little. And then press that outside leg nice and straight. So you're pressing into the ball of the foot, lifting the heel up, 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 lifting the thigh up, and getting a wonderful stretch through the front of the outside leg. And even here, if you want, you can hold on to the chair for extra support. One more breath here. And we exhale and release all that. Bring the body back over the hips. Bring the knee in. Let the knee be heavy. Take the outside arm up. And let's lean towards the back of the chair. Exhale and bring that hand down. Again, pressing into the front hip. We're going to press into the foot on the outside also, and we're going to squeeze our glutes, and notice that the body rises a little bit and then release it down. Squeeze the glutes and release. Now you can continue with the glute squeeze here, or you can push yourself up out of the chair a little and then lower yourself back down. Squeeze the glutes or rise up, still squeezing the glutes here, and then lower yourself back down. One more. Squeeze the glutes, rise up out of the chair, and then lower down and release. Release this foot in and carefully turn towards the front. Keep the feet apart a little bit, and let's just do a little hip rock here, bringing the body back to its neutral position, facing forward. And then bring the feet parallel, and we'll take those heels out, toes out, heels out, toes out, and hold here. Make sure the knees are facing the toes. So that's an important cue when we're doing lunges. So you'll hear me say that a few times today. And then we'll bring the toes in, heels in, toes in, heels in. Let's step into our basic lunge in the other direction. So one foot on the side of the chair and the outside legs, the knee just goes straight towards earth, and we're on the ball of that foot. Pressing into the thigh, we get a nice subtle lift through the ribs. And then bring the arms up if you're comfortable doing that. Getting even more lift now through the ribs. As we lift them away from the hips are going downward and the ribs are lifting upwards. And we'll exhale and release the hands down. inch the back foot back a little bit, deepen this stretch. Maybe lean out over the front leg. And then once you're here, you're going to lean forward and straighten that back outside leg and then bend it, pressing into the ball of the foot and then back in. One more. And then come on back in, take the outside arm up and lean towards the back of the chair. Inhale back, body up, hand comes down, and we step that outside foot in and we pivot once again. Feet are a little bit apart and we'll do those little hip rocks. So there it is, our basic lunge in the chair. So I'm going to add on to that. So let's go back to the first side that we did. So foot to the side of the chair, other leg back a little bit, getting that stretch. Sitting tall, pressing into that front thigh. Now this back leg is going to come in, so you can tap it in and tap it back. It never really completely straightens. We're just working into the muscles in the hip and the leg here. So we push it back and lift it forward. You can stay with this. I'm going to bring it forward and lift it higher and then take it back. So it hovers a little here and take it back. Doesn't have to be high, just needs to be a little effort to lift it off the floor. And then place that foot back and down, bring the knee in, and let's pivot right away over to the other side. Scoot that leg back a little bit, get a stretch going, press into the front thigh. And then we'll tap it in and tap it back. See how that feels? You can hold on to the chair if you need it. And then on the next one, I'm going to lift the toes and hover and then take it back. So I'm going to get a little more anchor into this side leg, lift and take it back. Last one right here. Take it back and then bring it to the center, pivot to the front, and let's rock side to side and release, bringing the body back to its neutral position. Good. Now we're going to do a twist. So we're going to step to the side, take this leg back, pushing into the front thigh. Now really try to get this leg back as far as you can. We're starting to warm up here. We're getting into that long muscle in the front of the leg. And for our twist, we're going to turn towards the back of the chair. So you can hold on to the chair, turn in the ribs. And if you want, you can extend one arm or both arms, keeping the feet firmly pressing downward as we twist to the back of the chair. We hold here and breathe. On an exhale, hands to the back of the chair, release the outside knee in and pivot to the front and rock. Let's go to the other side. Getting a deeper stretch now, really inching that foot back a little bit more each time. Pressing into the side leg here and then holding on to the back of the chair. We inhale, exhale, and look at the back of the chair. And it doesn't matter how far you twist. You just want to feel it in your ribs. And extend one arm if you like, or both arms. These are optional, just deepens the twist. So this is our lunge twist here. On an exhale, the hands come back to the chair. We unwind, step this foot in, and once again, pivot to the front. So now we're going to take what's called a side lunge. So we're going to stretch out our leg. Now in the chair, the side lunge, is the leg that's in front of us stays bent and pressing into the floor, and the thigh pressing into the chair. And the leg that's on the outside stretches out. And we can turn this lunge into our gate pose. So we place a hand on the thigh, and then we take the opposite hand up alongside of our ear, lift the ribs, and then laterally lean towards that extended leg. Now I'm not pressing into the leg at all. As a matter of fact, you can even hold on to the chair if that's more secure for you. But what you want to make sure is that front foot's pressing down, holding you into the chair. And come back up, bringing the body up, the arm down, and carefully sliding that extended leg in. Scoot over to the other side. We extend the foot out. And again, this front foot has to be making really good contact with the earth, pressing downward, and press into that thigh to anchor it there, extending the other leg straight out to the side. And maybe place a hand there and take the opposite hand up, or take this hand with the extended leg, hold on to the chair. Either way, we're going to lean towards that leg. No pressure in the leg. All the work seems to be in this front foot and into that hip, holding us anchored to earth and to chair. And we reach long as we stretch it out. And then inhale, the hand comes up, the body follows. We release the pose and slide that other foot back in to the center of our chair. Very nice. So I'm going to stand now. If you want to stay in the chair, just back up the tape and do those lunges in the chair over again. I'm going to stand and show you what they look like standing. Using the chair for our stability, we're going to place the back of the chair towards our bodies. Fingertips can be on the chair, and then release into our mountain pose for a moment. Check in with your feet. You want your ankles right under your hips. So it might be a little wider than you're used to. Just feel real heavy into the feet at first. Roll the shoulders down your back so they line up with the hips, and your ears line up with the shoulders. And then return the fingertips to the chair. Step one foot back, bend the front knee, and come into our lunge standing, our basic lunge. And you can bend that back knee down. I'm going to step just a little closer to show you what you could do with your hands. So you can hover your hands and find that nice alignment of the spine over the hips. Or again, you could bring them up overhead, being strong here, lifting the ribs and pressing into those feet. Notice I have the back heel lifted so that I can really press into the ball of the foot in a lunge pose. And then we bring the hands to the chair again, and then dip down a little and rise up a little. So you're not completely straightening the legs, you're just working those muscles of the leg. And then staying down, step the back foot to the front and come to your mountain. Take a breath here. And we'll do it on the other side. So now we step the other foot back onto the ball of the foot. Adjust so the front knee is right over the ankle. Bend the back extended leg just a little. Hover the hands or bring the hands up alongside your head. Exhale the hands down, and then again, dip and straighten. Dip and straighten. Last one right here, and then we'll step the back foot to meet the front, mountain pose. So once again, we're going to step one foot back into our basic lunge here, and then we're going to take that, whatever leg's in the back, that arm alongside of our head, and we'll keep this hand on the chair as we laterally lean towards the side of the body of that front bent knee. Knee over ankle pressing strongly into earth, and the back heel lifting, pressing into the ball of the foot. And then come on back up, and we'll take that twist right here. Bring both hands to the chair at first and turn towards this front knee. Just turn the body into that knee. Maybe reach back with one hand and reach forward with the other as we balance in this lunge twist. This is a very strong pose here, so a reminder to keep one hand hovering over the chair, and anytime you need that steadiness, you just put that hand or arm down. And then exhale, bring the hands to the chair, unwind, stepping back foot to meet the front, mountain pose. And let's step the other foot back, ball of the foot into the floor, front knee over ankle, shoulders over hips for that nice spine alignment, lunge. And then we'll bring the hands down and take that twist again. So I'm going to turn towards this front knee. Just turn the body first. And then extend that same side arm back behind you. Hover the other hand or reach it forward. One more breath. Exhale, hands to the chair as we unwind. Back foot steps in, mountain pose. Just stay here and take another 2 or 3 breaths. Feel the heaviness of the body into the feet. And now we're going to step away from the chair just a little bit and separate the feet wider than the chair legs. We're going to come into what's called a curtsy lunge. Curtsy lunges cross over the body. So we take one foot, cross it behind the other leg, bend both knees, and then step it back and in. And let's do 3 on the other side. Cross behind and back parallel. Curtsy lunge. Come to mountain. I got one more lunge practice that we can do with a chair. And again, if this might not be for everybody, but I'm going to show it because some of you might want to try it. You hold on to the chair, the leg closest to that hand lifts up and you step into the chair. I'm not putting any weight into that foot yet, making sure that I have nice posture here. Then I bend that knee a little bit more and let it come forward, maybe an inch, and I start to feel the stretch right here. And then release it. Now, if you want more stretch, you come back away from the chair a little bit more. Same thing, this knee stays behind the toes, but now you even get a deeper stretch in the front of this standing leg. And again, arms can come up. That's an option. We're really working on the leg strength here when we do our lunges. But I have to admit, it does help to lift the arms and lift the ribs. And then we bring the hand down, carefully step off the chair. And now to do it on the other side, I'm going to flip my chair around so that when I stand into the chair, same side foot that the hand is on the chair. And we can just stay right here and lean into it a little, or we can take that back foot back a little and get a little deeper stretch. Exhale, let's bring the hand to the chair. Carefully step that foot off. And then let's bring our chair all the way around so that we can come to our seat once again. Now, right about now, your legs are feeling a little tight, so let's loosen them up. We lift one, we interlace the fingers right below the kneecap and just circle that leg around. An alternative way to do this is to hold behind the thigh. Let's circle in the other direction. And then let's release that down and stretch it straight out in front of us. I'll turn sideways so you can see my leg. Toes are up, and maybe I lean into the other thigh a little bit so that I get a nice long stretch through the back of that leg. And then release it, step it back in. And now we're going to lift the other leg either behind the thigh or interlaced below the kneecap using the arms to circle. And the other direction. And then again, we'll extend that leg out, lifting the toes away from the floor to deepen that stretch. Lean into it a little and just hold and breathe. Exhale and release and bring that foot back in, and let's sit back into our chair. And this time, instead of just doing our side-to-side rock here, let's take it into a circle. So circle your body around the hips, massaging the hips and the thighs into the chair. Let's go in the other direction. And then sitting tall, well supported, thighs supported, feet on the earth, hands rest on our lap. We close our eyes and come to the present. See how our body feels. And then once again, I invite you to visualize your body in one of those lunges we did today. Our basic lunge in the chair, our stretching lunge, our side lunge. Or do you picture yourself standing in lunge? And then let that image in your brain go and come back to the body. Come back to your breath. And then breathe in energy to all those muscles in the legs and hips. They need it. Let's nourish them with some nice fresh breath. And as we exhale, we let the muscles soften. The feet soften, the thighs and hips softening. We let the spine soften so that our sit bones sink deeper into the chair. And we let our shoulders soften down away from our ears. Close your eyes and rest in your Shavasana in the chair for 4 more breaths. And then let's bring the hands together and rub the palms, create some energy between the palms, and hover it over your eyes. Let that energy soak in, coming back into the body, making a nice circle of energy from hands to face, down the arms and back to the hands. And then open your eyes into that warmth and energy and bring the hands to the heart and bow to your body for its fabulous work today. So thank you for joining me in our lunge practice. Come on back to this video anytime you want and practice again. Namaste.